Welcome to the Daily Blaze. Today I am talking about decades versus days. Now I'm framing this in terms of productivity. So decades versus days, very different in terms of the results and our expectations. Allow me to explain. Oftentimes we overestimate what we can get done in a single day, but we underestimate what we can get done in a decade. So in a day we might, if you're like me, I've done this a lot before, I write a bunch of stuff on my to-do list. Maybe it's the day before, the week before. I'm like, oh yeah, when Saturday comes, I'll get this done, that done, all this shit, right? Bang, bang, bang. And then Saturday rolls around. Maybe I even start off the day well, but then task B takes a lot longer than I thought. Something else happens, can't get to task C till later, task D, and then don't even get to E, F, G, H, I, all the rest of them. So oftentimes we get done a lot less than we think in terms of a small scale of time, like a single day. But the opposite is true for a long scale of time, like a decade. So if you have a bunch of long-term goals, buy a house, have this much in my real estate portfolio, this many properties, have these investments, have this business, these relationships, these connections, these results, write a book, do that, travel here, help these people, donate here, start this charity, all these big long-term goals, you're probably not gonna get to them all today, or this week, or even this month, or this quarter, or this year, right? But what about 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? So now you're at 10 years, 1 decade, and you can get a lot done in that time. Just think back 10 years ago, starting there until now, the present. The last 10 years, how much have you accomplished? What did you get done that you didn't think you would get done that fast? Also, what did you accomplish that you hadn't even thought of 10 years before? So oftentimes we achieve things that weren't even on our radar in the next 10 years, but maybe that wouldn't happen tomorrow or next week. So this is useful to remember because on a day where you're just not getting as much done as you want to, or things are going your way, your productivity is slow, or you're getting plenty done, but it's only a small percentage of everything that's on your to-do list. Well, remember this, that we often overestimate what we do in a day, but we underestimate what we can do in a decade. So when it's just a day, cut yourself some slack, relax. You don't have to get everything done. You can only do so much in 24 hours. Or if you're doing an 8-hour workday, you can only do so much in 8 hours. You can only do so much in a week, in a month. But a decade, you can do a lot. 10 years of time, that's 3,650 days plus leap years. So, leap days. You can get a lot done in a multiple year long-term time span. So the key on getting a lot done in multiple years is starting sooner rather than later. Even your long-term goals, even things you won't be able to finish years from now, start them today. Take the first steps now. Get yourself on the trajectory to achieve them. If the path to achieve them is over here, you're way over here, you think it's gonna be years before you get there. Well, at least get yourself on the path, at least at the starting line now. You can always start. You can always do 5 minutes of research if you need to look something up or learn something about your long-term goal. You can do some planning, you can do some brainstorming, some visualization. You can even start carving out time in your schedule to work on it and plan when you're gonna work on it. And get everything you need ready to work on it. Get your workspace clear and ready to work on it. So you gotta start physically preparing for the stuff you want to happen in order for it to happen. If you never take the steps to get ready for it and expect it, how's it ever gonna happen? So the takeaway today, guys, focus on the long term, focus on what you can do in 10 years and how to situate yourself today to be ready to achieve that in the next 10 years. What are the first steps you can take? And don't get overwhelmed, don't beat yourself up if you don't finish everything on your to-do list in the short term. Because if you put a bunch of shit on your to-do list for just one day, maybe some days you can accomplish all of it, but you're probably not gonna get it all done. But what's the most important? Get the most important ones done first. Forget about the rest, they'll get done later if they really need it. And focus on the long term. It might be years away, but you know you want to do it. Then what are the preliminary steps? Start now. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Keep blazing it up. I really appreciate you guys watching this. I do it every day. And I hope it brings benefit. I want to hear your feedback, so please leave a comment below. Keep blazing it up. Trailblazer Mindset.